Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown here to talk about WandaVision. Now, before I do get started, I wanted to do obviously not live streams, but videos of me reacting to the episodes, but I never got the chance to because I was just so into the fucking show. But I tell you this, what I am gonna do, which I was just like, hey, if I can't do this, if I didn't do this, then might as well just react to the final episode. And if you guys want that, then I'll do it. And I'm still planning to do it, and I might just upload it, but I might not publish it if you guys don't want it. I'll just put it there just for me. But if you guys want to see it, I'll publish it. So going back to WandaVision, what do I think about the show right now? It's my show. you know um and I really do. I really do enjoy the show. There are some, obviously, there's tiny flaws in my opinion with it. Um, but overall, I find it great. I love it, and everything. This whole thing is hyping up to something just greater that's going to happen in the MCU. Most people like to point out, hey, it could bring the multiverse, which is going to happen. For kind of like, there's a movie that's called Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, basically. So I can't wait for that one to come. It was supposed to come out this year, but since everything that's happening, there's a lot of great movies that were supposed to come out this year and got pushed back for next year, which I'm just like, in a spiritual enlightenment way, I don't care. But as a movie fan, I'm like, fuck. But, as a spiritual person, I know why. So I'm not really like, oh my god, I'm all like, I can see why, you know. Uh, so I don't know about you guys, but Vision has become. I mean, I always liked the Vision when he first appeared and everything like that and everything. Not to say I never watched like the anime, Marvel stuff when I was a kid. I did, but I was a kid. I couldn't remember the characters. I only remember like probably a handful of characters. There were so many fucking superhero characters. There were so many to count. I was the same way with the Batman franchise. There were so many characters. I was just like, you know, you want me to? If you told me, if I was a little kid and you told me Bane, I would have been like, what's Bane? I know Joker and Riddler and Two Face and the classic ones. Like that. You only know the ones that are the classic ones. Then you don't know like some of the more of the ones that people should know, like the hardcore fans and like that. But eventually, you do become a hardcore fan, and then you be like, oh, and you just love these characters. And with Wanda, when I got into obviously some of these characters I don't know as much, obviously, but when I got introduced to them in the MCU and everything like that, I just completely fell in love with them. Loved Vision, loved Wanda. The chemistry between the actors were great, and I thought they were good. I thought they picked really good actors to play as them. Because when I first saw the actor and actress that were going to play Wanda and Vision when they first appeared in the MCU, I was just like, hmm. And the thing is, it's funny too, because Vision came out of nowhere, and I didn't even really think about it in my head when I was watching Ultron, and I was just like, Vision. Oh, he was in the trailer and everything, and I didn't put it together until I watched the movie. Yo, I don't know why. I did the same thing when I saw Ant-Man. I don't know why. I do not know why. Like when I was a little kid, like not like now, but when I was a little kid and I saw, that. Have you seen that movie, that Marvel movie when all the Marvel characters actually do come together and fight each other? It was like the Civil War before the Civil War movie. Have you seen? Remember that? I think they showed that in Nickelodeon. No, not Nickelodeon. Cartoon Network, I believe. I believe that happened. I swear, I think that happened, man. If you remember that when you were a kid, you deserve a freaking Marvel cookie, because you watched that shit as a kid and you thought it was awesome. I give you a refresher. It was a moment when I think it was Ant Man that was holding Incredible Hulk like this, and he let an Incredible Hulk pushed his hands and choked him in his fucking throat. That shit was badass. Now, it could not be Ant Man, but yo, I thought that shit was awesome. um, it just felt like a civil war when all that shit was happening. But moving on, I'm sorry about that, guys. I just fanboying here because I just love these characters. I just love when the superheroes and other superheroes fight with each other, just because in a way funny in a way because it's just like you guys are fighting for no reason, but yet fight. I want to see it. It's kind of like what you saw in with Captain America and Iron Man and Thor and also I was just like, this is so fucking awesome. I don't want them to fight, but yet I do. Kill each other. Yo, it was just so fucking funny with me. But moving on to WandaVision, I'm sorry, I just want to gush right there. Everything that's in WandaVision is completely awesome. When I just saw WandaVision, the first time the obviously the series, most people say, oh, I didn't like the some of the episodes. I mean, some of the old school episodes, like the black and white episodes. But I'm just like they're hyping it up, people. Like they're trying to like lead you into it. And a lot of people are like, how did this all started? Well, I'm sure the show will tell you eventually. Supposedly, episode 8 is going to give you like a recap story and all that, which I'm just like, can you do like both in a way? Even though I don't know, like recap, but at the same time show a little bit more of the story that's going to happen. But that's just me. That's just me because I just love more. I just love this shit. I do. Too bad it's not going to have Too bad it's not just going to have one season. But hey, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's a step to what is to come, and that is fine, in my opinion. And going back to Vision, he has the best arc in this fucking series whatsoever. Like literally, I felt more for him than any other character in the MCU right now, man. Seriously. Like holy shit, Paul Vision, is he alive? Is he dead? No one doesn't know. Is he what he is right now? Which is just like which sucks. Which fucking sucks. No one doesn't know what he is right now. People just think that, oh, maybe I thought about maybe he's just the thought of Wanda. Or maybe the subconscious of Wanda. That's what I thought about at one point. But the more I think about it now, it's probably Wanda probably imagined him come to life in this reality. Then he came. Maybe when the hex is gone, he's gone. Is it possible? Yeah, it is possible. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. There's another thing I want to mention too. You know, Scratch the rabbit. Cheese name. I mean, cheese name. The rabbit is named after Agatha Harkness's son. And you saw the little bug there. It's not a fly, obviously. And sorry, I don't know what's the name of the bug, but obviously it looked like a fly, but it's not a fly. But when I saw that bug, I was just like, yo, Mephisto and all that. And then you have Scratch right there. That tells you something. That should tell you something. And then you have the two boys and they disappear. That should tell you something right there. And most people be like, what are you getting at? I don't know if this is going to happen. I doubt it. But it is a 50-50 chance because of what happened in episode 7 and other episodes previously. That shows a little bit of either Nightmare, Mephisto, or even Scratch in general. Or even, what is it, Death also. But from what I'm seeing here, I think, obviously, most likely Agatha is trying to bring her, bring Mephisto, or Nightmare, or both, basically, in one, basically. Whatever they're going to do with Mephisto, But it'll still be Mephisto, So, and Scratch, I think she's using the two boys to bring them to Wanda's reality, basically. That's what I think what's happening. Instead of just bringing just Mephisto, I think she's bringing her son also. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Now, a lot of people didn't talk about that. A lot of people probably haven't thought about that. Maybe they have or probably haven't said anything. Maybe there is videos about it. I haven't watched them. But I think that probably could happen. Will it happen? Again, it's a 50-50 chance. We still have 2 more episodes left. So, we'll see. Would I like it to happen? Yeah, I mean, judging from everything that they're doing they most likely probably doing another thing than what I'm thinking of. So, there's that. But if they do it, then I get brownie points because I thought about it, because I'm just like, wouldn't it be that? I don't think no one else has thought about that. So if you guys have thought about it, let me know. If you haven't, well, tell me what you guys think. You think Scratch? You think you think Agatha is bringing back Mephisto and her son into WandaVision? Literally, you know. And we did get a reference to the Grim Reaper a little bit, like death and all that. So he's probably going to show up. Or maybe he's actually Pietro. But most people like Pietro is probably possessed too because of Agatha and shit. I thought that too, but I also thought he's probably not even there. Maybe she just created him out of the blue. You know? We still need to wait and see, obviously. So, there's that. I'm still looking. I just love all of this stuff. And the first episode of WandaVision was just so creepy when the woman's just like, stop it, stop it. And you can chill. She's laughing and everything like that. But you know, she's just hardened inside and everything like that. Everything that you knew that Wanda was traumatized, that people are hurting and they're hacks and everything like that. We knew from episodes that were leading up to it and shit. So a lot of people say that there's not a lot of things going on in these episodes, and I'm like, yes, there is. And if you don't see it, I don't know what's wrong with you. Things are happening in these episodes, okay? So there you go. And if you think that, oh, if you're talking about action, like fight wise, then something's wrong with your brain, man. Like you can't watch a story. You need to have action for things to progress in your mind. Sad, man. Fucking sad. You can't play chess? No wonder. No wonder fucking American people can't play action RPGs and shit. For real. Want to play action RPGs and can't play turn-based RPGs. Oh, it's too slow. Shut the fuck up and suck my dick. Moving on. But again, moving on. WandaVision is right now one of the best things I'm watching right now. You know, obviously there's Cobra Kai, which there's other shows that I'm watching. I'm rewatching Legend of Korra right now. You know, and I'm watching other stuff too, man. Like there's so many stuff that I'm watching. So going back to Wanda, what do I think will happen at the end? They most likely are going to leave it at a cliffhanger, guys. And I'm not too excited about that because that probably is going to leave off into, a lot of people might say, into Spider-Man 3. But I think they're going to leave that off into Doctor Strange. And most people are like, that's next year. That's way too long. I mean, I thought they were going to do it with Spider-Man. What I think is that um the Doctor Strange is probably going to be a prequel to Spider-Man 3. So Spider-Man 3 we will already see what already happened. Spider-Man 3 will be the effects of what happened in Doctor Strange. So we get Spider-Man 3, and then next year Doctor Strange will explain what happened around Spider-Man 3, and then it connects to Wanda. I think that's what's going to happen. And from what I'm seeing, that most likely could happen. So again, we wait and see. But from what I'm seeing, I think that in a business standpoint, when we really think about it, if you want to drag it a little bit further, you would do that. You won't just put your eggs in one basket in that Spider-Man movie, in my opinion. You wouldn't. You will stretch that shit out if you want money, more money, more money, more money, more money. That's beautiful, Dad. Yo, I just need to talk about the show references in this series. It's amazing. You got references to Malcolm in the Middle, you know, thinking all the classic TV shows back in the 50s and 40s and all that shit, and in the 60s also, in the 70s. All of those were awesome, man. You know, I wish they did a little bit of the 90s, but they skipped a little bit of the 90s, which I'm like, couldn't do Roseanne or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? You had to skip that? I know Roseanne started in the 80s, but Roseanne was more prominent in the 90s. You guys know this. No one doesn't remember Roseanne in the 80s. No, play. But you guys know. You guys know. As if you're like a TV buff or like no television and stuff. And I do want to mention this. The episode before the Halloween episode, one thing, a lot of people do mention that these episodes are going by fast. Not me. Only one episode went by fast for me, and that was the episode before the Halloween episode. I thought that episode went way too fast, and I'm just like, were they running out of time here? They were like, oh shit, we passed our mark, go. You know, like they were just done filming basically, and they were like, all right, we need to finish this episode. Then next week we film a new one. We can take time and all that. You know, that's how it felt like with that episode before the next episode of the Halloween episode, basically. I forgot what the episode was called, but I probably could look it up right now and go straight to Disney Plus and tell you, but I'm too lazy to do it, and I'm literally right next to the controller, and I can naturally do it right now. What have we come to? But so that's it. I think that's all I can think of. From what I'm thinking of my thoughts for WandaVision and everything, I'm enjoying it. I love some of the stuff that I'm seeing. And will we see Magneto at the end? Is it possible? Yeah. But there's also something that is possible too. There's rumors right now that Al Pacino might be in this show. He might play Mephisto / Nightmare. Most people be like, he's too old and all that, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That's genius casting. Genius casting. There's also rumors that it could be Mark Hamill. Two great casting choices, but I think they might go with Al Pacino. Just because the guy chews the TV screen. He eats up the screen. And every time he's on screen, you want to see him. Even if it's a bad movie, like Jack and Jill. A lot of people be like, you made Al Pacino bad in Jack and Jill. How did you do that? You made a guy that can make something bad, great, bad. How? In my opinion, he was a little bit of the highlight in that movie. A little bit. Just because, he just did not give a fuck. And I love it. So in this movie, he looks like if he comes here, I guarantee you, he will look like he will have fucking fun as fuck. Will it happen? We wait and see. Again, there's rumors, speculations, talks, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to be like, yeah, it's going to happen. It's confirmed. We wait. We will wait. You know, the stuff with Agatha, when we all were like, yeah, it's Agatha, then they say, oh, it was Agatha all along. It was Agatha all along. Yo, the actress that played Agatha, when I saw her in that tight outfit in that episode, when the boys grew up and shit, I was just like, you're becoming too fine. But moving on. It's just great. Love this show. Tell me what you guys think down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, I'm gonna do a reaction video to the final episode when the final episode does happen. So look forward to that. See ya.